Hey guys, I'm Aaron, and today we're going to take a look at AI Render from SketchUp. So, quick history lesson. There was a different renderer that was AI-based image generator from SketchUp that was in SketchUp Labs. A lot of you guys looked at it, gave us feedback. And what the team did was they took that information and they created something new. This one is called AI Render. It is available from the SketchUp team. This will show up native in newest versions of iPad and SketchUp for Web, and it is an extension that will need to be installed on SketchUp for desktop. It's free. It's available through Extension Warehouse. You can just go grab it, download it. It has new tools based on your feedback. We went through and changed how it designs, how it looks at colors. I'm going to do this demonstration assuming you've never seen it before. So if any of this is redundant because you use the Labs version, I apologize, but the new stuff will be in there. So follow along. One thing I do want to point out is the newest version does run off of credits. So if you are a subscription holder, you have a GoPro or Studio subscription, you will get a regular amount of credits, and it takes a couple of credits every time you want to generate a render. If for whatever reason that's not enough and you run out, there's always going to be a way to get more credits if you need them. So I just mentioned that up front because we'll talk about what the credits are, how they work, or how they're represented in the UI. But it is something that's tied to your subscription. So as long as you got a subscription, you got credits. So let's hop in and take a look at AI Render. So like I said, I'm on desktop, of course, so this is installed as an extension. I can go into extensions and run it by just clicking on AI Render. I chose to add a toolbar button up here at the top that I can click on. I could assign a shortcut to it. I could have the floating toolbar up, whatever works for you. In my case, I like this little toolbar, so I'm just going to click on that, and that's going to bring up AI Render. So when this pops up, you'll notice I have it maximized. Last time I used it, I made it big, and it's basically a window that shows you exactly what's in your main SketchUp window. See that? So it's basically a picture that it is a separate window. So if I have two different monitors or something, I want to slide this over onto another monitor, I could do that. In this case, I'm just going to maximize it and put it right here. The UI for AI Render shows up over top of the main SketchUp window, but underneath floating UI. So my windows are over, or my panels are over here floating on top. If I have floating toolbars, they'll show up over top, that kind of thing. So just something to be wary of. I mean, this is not hurting anything. It's not bothering anything over here, but it is showing up on top. As far as the UI itself, down at the bottom here, I have a toolbar. These are all my tools I'm using AI Render. So we'll run through what each of these are. Just to point out a couple things over here, I have a gallery. As I start doing renders, they're going to show up in the gallery. So I can actually pick them through the gallery. This is a persistent gallery. So this is every time I run a render, whether it's this job, another job, whatever it is, all those renders will show up in my gallery. So I can jump back to any of them at any time. So it's not like the gallery is tied directly to this job. The gallery is tied to my installation of SketchUp, my version of AI Render. I'm going to temporarily minimize the gallery. I'm just going to click in the title bar. It's going to collapse down, get out of my way temporarily. The other UI I want to point out is the credits bar. So if I click on credits up here, it will pop up and tell me how many credits I have right now and how many is a full bank for me. So here you can see I have 200 out of 200. So I have a full bank, all the credits I have, and it tells me that this is going to reset in 4 days. So 4 days from now, I will get a refresh on my 200. So anything I'm missing will bump me back up to 200. So it probably makes sense to go through here and let's spend some coins. Anytime I render, it's going to tell me how much it costs down here. A render from scratch is 5. As I go through and start doing some edits, it'll be a different amount for those renders because they're not full renders. So 5 for a full render, and we'll watch. The button will change down here as we see it, and it'll subtract from my total credits. All right, so let's look at the main UI. The bottom we have text. This is where I put in a prompt. So if I am a AI prompt king, I know how to do this. I know I get exactly what I want out of AI because my words are so magical. I can just come click right here, start typing in and hit generate, and I could just go. That's it. If I feel confident, then I could do that. If I don't like that, I can use the little slider bars right here under text to go into a little bit more depth. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to say I'm not the master of English prompting words at this point. So let's see what this has. So the first option we have up here is presets. We're currently in what's called auto. And let me show you what auto is. This is new if you haven't used the newest version. With auto, it will automatically fill in this prompt based on the model you're looking at. So they're fairly generic terms here, but generally speaking, based on what AI is seeing in this window, it thinks these are the kind of terms you want to use. I do have an option to go to additional settings and put in a negative prompt. So if there's something I didn't want to do, I don't want to see clouds in the sky. I want to see a bright blue sky. I could type that in here. Don't put any clouds in the sky, and then render it. If I don't like the magic auto prompt, I called it magic. It's not magic, it's AI. But if I come here, I can also choose other options. So I can choose no style. That's going to wipe everything out and just let me fill in everything. Or I can use one of these predefined, pre-made options here. So this is an exterior. So I'm just going to hit exterior photorealistic. And you'll see my auto prompt is replaced with the exterior photorealistic. And I have a bunch of terms here about what this should render like. So what I could do, whether it's the auto render or a predefined setup here, I can always come in and put my own prompt in on top of that. So if there's something specific I want the concrete to look like it's wet, like it just rained, or I want it to look like it's noon. I don't know, whatever additional information I wanted to fill in that was not captured by the text here or the model itself, I could put that in here. If I'm in anything other than auto prompt and I extend or expand these additional settings, I'll see that same negative prompt. But then I also have maintain seed. So if I re-render this, is it going to use the same setup or is it going to change? And then respect geometry versus prompt influence. So there's two sliders here. So the first is leave my geometry the way it is. You see that's on 6 right now, 0.6, 60%. So keep my geometry looking 60% like it is now as you render. And then prompt influence, take 75% of that prompt and put it in the AI. I know that's not how it really works, but you guys know what this means. So the more I have respect model geometry turned up, the less changes I'll see to what's on the screen right now. And then this is going to say, okay, follow everything I'm saying, or you have a little bit of leniency in there to use what's on the screen to influence the render as opposed to what's in the text. So I always tell people this is most people find the balance they like, so I'm at like, I lean more a little 75-50 than some people. Maybe some people like prompt influence all way up there. Oh no, I got to go heavy prompt influence. That's your call. And you'll learn that once you do a couple of renders. In my case, I'm going to go back to auto because it's the newest, coolest thing. And that's what I'm here for. So I'm going to use the auto prompt as it is. And I'm just going to hit generate. See, it's going to cost me 5 coins. Let's go. Let's do that. All right. And there we go. So you see a couple things happen. One is, of course, the screen changed because it rendered. And my gallery popped back up and I have 3 options in here. So every time I render, I'm going to get 3 options. So I can click through and see which one I like best. Not a fan. Meh. All right, that's not too bad. That kind of tells the story of what I'm looking for. If I don't like this, right, if I want to regenerate, run it again, I have this icon right here, which is reset. This is re-import the image from the model. So that'll go back to what I saw before at the beginning, and I'll render that. That is an option. So I can always do that, start over, generate again. The other options I have across here is if I really like this image, I want to hold on to it, I can hit save. And that's going to save this image file out to wherever I tell it to save. If I want to save this into the model, I want to save this as a scene, I can hit the plus. And that's what that'll do. That'll create a new scene in my model to get saved along with it. And that's going to be that. I'm going to be able to jump back to that anytime. I also have thumbs up, thumbs down. So thumbs up, thumbs down lets you say, ooh, I like this render, or I don't like this render. If I say I don't like it, it will prompt me to tell me what I don't like about it. I actually do like it, so I didn't mean to. Let's go back to liking it again. You notice that when I dislike it, it disappears from my list over here. So based on my settings, I have it set up. Sorry, go back to liking it. I have an option here that says, don't show dislikes. Show only neutrals and likes. Everything else will disappear. This is super important. This is how AI works. I feed it. I tell it what I like, what I don't like, and that sort of thing. So I'm actually kind of liking the kind of blurred out people. I kind of think that looks pretty cool, except for this lady right here. I don't know what's going on here, but I want her gone. So let's talk about our editing tools. The first one is eraser. So with eraser, I can come in here and I can scribble and erase this person and then hit generate. All right, so just like before, I get 3 options then that I can click through, and I can see which one looks the best. Oh, that looks better. And then I can work off of that. It is an iterative design thing. If I use these tools to edit certain portions, then I will, so as I use this, these tools, it should only render inside of the new shapes that I make. So if I want to add something else, I can hit plus right here. I'm not sure what this was. Apparently got a little blob here from the last time I used it. So let's go ahead and reset that. You can see I have a reset and clear in here. I also have the ability to use a lasso or a brush, which is really cool. So this lets me re-render. So I'm currently in the edit. So I'm saying, what do I want to render? So I can come in here, I can change my brush size. I can change to a lasso, which will let me go through and like do this sort of thing instead. I have a lot of options in there. I do kind of like lasso. I'm going to reset that. Let's use lasso. All right, so what do we want to change about what's going on in here? Is there anything specific, oops, I turned off lasso, that I think I want to change? Here, let's do this. Let's come up here and I'm going to kind of just select right around this section right here, and let's put a sign up here. So let's say a sign with big, bold, black letters that reads office. And I'm going to generate that. Again, I'm editing an existing thing, so instead of a full 5, it's only going to be 1 to generate that. So I'm going to hit generate and get my office sign. All right, so again, I get 3 options across here. This makes it easy. One of them spelled right. Thank you, AI. Office. I have an office. So generally speaking, I'll be totally honest, something like a sign like this is something I would run back into SketchUp and actually just model that up, put some 3D text up there and be done. But I just wanted to give an example. This is the sort of thing you could throw up here if you wanted to make a change. So that changed my empty panel to the words there. That's cool. The other option I have is to create something brand new. So I don't like how this guy's standing out here by himself now that I got rid of his weird partner. So I'm going to put a new partner in for him. So again, same thing. If I come in here, let's reset that and I can choose, let's just draw a person in here. So we're just going to kind of go like this, look like this, and walking and maybe they're holding a bag, something like that. Okay, there's a person that looks like that is what I want. I'm drawing with my mouse, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not killing it. I am. This is definitely something suited to iPad as opposed to this. But all right, they're pretty good. I mean, I can see a person being in that. So let's enter a prompt. So we'll say a woman in business attire carrying a black handbag. Let's see what happens when I generate that. Again, 1 coin because I'm modifying existing, and let's go. All right, so then again, just like before, we get 3 options. This one, the woman's walking away. That's kind of cool. I do like the idea of generation that I get out of it. On this one, they gave the dude a bag too. I think I'm gonna go with this one. I like this one. She's got 2 bags, but that'll work. So from there again, now I have my options. Do I want to save that out as an image? Do I want to save that as a scene? And do I want to mark that as like or dislike? But you can see, there you go. I got a lot more options for editing my AI renders. I can really come in and fine tune how I want this all to look. And it's easy, way easier than it used to be. Check it out. It's available right now. So try it out. Let me know what you think. It is, like I said, at the end of the day, this is not a, photorealistic render. It is an AI render. It's an AI image generator. So it's going to take the information you give it and give you a good image. It does always take fine tuning. It's a little bit of AI, so there's always a little bit of guesswork, but it's pretty quick and pretty easy to get the hang of it and generate some good looking images for a couple of coins. So if you like that video, click like down below. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. We create several videos each and every week, and you'll be notified of all of them if you subscribe. Most importantly, they'll leave us a comment down below. Let us know what you think of it. Let us know how you intend to use AI render. Or if you use the previous version, what do you like about the new one? What stands out as the new tool that you really like? If you have other ideas about what you think would make good videos on our channel, let us know that too. We like making these videos a lot, but we like them even more when they're showing something you want to see. Thank you.